Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the June 2022 energy interpretation. I'm Casey Blues Knight, also known as Aurora Light, and I'm a conscious creation coach and guide for visionary way showers who are here to anchor in and be the light. That is what is streaming in right now. There's massive amounts of duality on this planet, more polarity and duality than we have ever experienced before. And it just keeps continuing to expand and widen. And we've been feeling that for a very long time. Our capacity to hold it is being stretched more and more, as well as our capacity to shift our perspective, zooming in and zooming out. And these were skills that I was guided to share with you way showers and beacons of light to practice over in February and March. Last month in May's energy interpretation, the visual when I tapped into the energy of May was very much the dry, dusty desert until the middle of the month where there was this beginning of the desert blossom. So a lot of shifts, and that duality is present where you have that dry and dusty desert, and yet the flowers are blooming. So when I tapped into the energy of this upcoming June, immediately the desert was replaced with this beautiful tree. And this tree had this massive trunk and roots that extended deep into the earth, and equally these branches that extended up into the sky. And the tree only had a few leaves on it, and it was almost like this wide, empty bowl in the center that was just receiving these massive amounts of light. And this energy to me was just showing how we are growing into this capacity to hold ourselves strong, the resilience that we have developed from the last few years and all of the lifetimes, being able to be pulled into this now very multidimensionally, especially for the way showers who have been doing the work, who have been clearing things out, who have been healing, and who have been stretched beyond belief. Through this stretching, through everything we've been through, there has been this expansion in your capacity to hold all of it, the dualities, the polarities, and the rooting down to the earth and being anchored in it is just as important as that capacity, and actually allows us to reach up to the sky to receive all of the cosmic light that is coming in now. The other interesting thing about this tree is it was very, very clear to me that it was this example of this unified being where there was not one aspect that was more important. The roots, as important as the trunk, as important as the branches, as important as the leaves that can photosynthesize, right? It was the multidimensional aspect of unity where all aspects are being energized at once. The connection to the field of the infinite is being expanded, right? And some people are having flashes of themselves as being just the leaf or just the bud or just the root, right? While other people are really experiencing themselves in that more infinite multidimensional way, being both the root and the leaves and the buds and the blossoms and the branches and the leaves that have fallen all at the same time, right? So this is us really growing into learning and expanding our potential, learning how to hold all that we are. It is expanding. It is not easy, right? But we're expanding in all directions. We have been practicing this. And there's really this other aspect that was coming in for me about learning from the trees, receiving the tree medicine, receiving the tree wisdom, and the tree's eighth dimensional capacity to communicate with the all that is, with the fungal networks, with the earth herself, and work with the current. So it's like this expansion of our etheric communication capacities, as well as the ones that we use here on earth, right? The ones in the physical, the ones where we're speaking. So there's more and more clarity coming through, and it also is not lost on me that we're coming up to the solstice, summer solstice for those of us in the northern hemisphere, the winter solstice for those in the south. And this is this time of alignment of polarities, where on one side of the planet there is more light than ever and less darkness, and on the other side it's vice versa. So both are being held at once, but it's all at the same time. And when we're at the solstice, there is this really beautiful vertical axis that allows us to actually really connect with both the earth and the infinite and the cosmic at once. And I find that there's a lot of downloads and upgrades and all kinds of things that are connecting in for us now, right? It's all coming together. And the masks are coming off. That is the thing. We cannot hide parts of ourselves to be able to fully be in this light, just like the tree doesn't hide the blossoms or the branches or the leaves, right? We are learning to be all of us and to bring all aspects of ourselves forward and into presence, right? We can't hide it from ourselves. And that's the first step, is like expanding and opening ourselves to take all of it, all of us, into our presence with love, with compassion. And then there's the process of learning how to share that with the world, right? Instead of just the little facets that we have shown people. As our multidimensionality comes online, being all of us is what is going to be what is witnessed as true and authentic. So if there are parts of you that have been held back, it's time that we bring them all together again. And the weirdest parts of us, weird, right? Those are the parts that we get to honor and embrace, because those are the unique aspects, the unique bits of our medicine. It's, again, going to the tree. A tree with absolutely no, like roughness to its bark, no blemishes. All of that would look really weird, wouldn't it? We don't look at a tree with gnarled, knots and things like that as it grows and go, ugh, I wish this tree was smoother. It is in those beautiful imperfections that we actually get to see the character and the quality of the tree. So pulling forward that tree medicine in all ways. Moving away from that hiding, that inauthenticity, that hiding behind masks, the being like devious about it and hiding aspects of self, into more authenticity. More authenticity. Authentic self-expression coming forward is going to carry us. And the big part of that for June is authentic to yourself first, right? Being really, really, really honest with yourself about where you're at, who you are, with love and compassion, and understanding that it's perfect in this now, while also holding the duality, the polarity, the dichotomy of the fact that you are going to grow, you are going to evolve, you are holding yourself in this process of the loving the present moment, and yet being so excited for your growth and your evolution. So again, you can be with that tree energy of like, it's perfect as it is, and also it's going to be perfect as it expands and as it grows, and we go through these cycles as well. More tree medicine. So you may be in a winter cycle where it feels like all of your leaves have dropped off and you look like things are, I don't want to say dead, but not in full bloom, right? We do have those seasons and cycles of releasing everything in our lives where we get to just then have this spaciousness for the new life, the new blossoms to spring forth. So honoring ourselves wherever we are in at that cycle, but knowing that all of the seeds that we have planted, they are growing. And we also get to be the gardeners of our own experiences and our own hearts and conscious creators. So really tapping in to deal with this massive amount of light, of polarity, of duality. The way forward for us is to make sure we're not leaving any parts behind. So making sure we have the right quality of soil, like the environment, and curating that and cultivating it for ourselves, for our physical body, for our physical surroundings, looking at all of that. But it's not just that. We require the emotional nurturing, letting our feelings flow instead of letting them get stuck and stagnant inside of us. Allowing ourselves to work with the mind, clearing out old thoughts and beliefs and programs and patterns and habits that don't serve us anymore, that might not even have been ours. Checking in constantly, is this even mine? And if so, do I want to keep it? And if not, goodbye, sayonara, I'm going to choose something that is more supportive. What is really mine? Doing this examination and discernment of what you want to keep and what you want to release is going to serve you in the month of June. There's great possibility, potency, right? So this is, some might call the integration of our shadow aspects, right? The light pouring in is not going to let anything be left in the unseen. It's all being illuminated so we can see it, we can look at it, we can examine it, we can love it, we can say thank you for the lessons, and we can choose what to do next with it, right? Understanding that we are all of it. And through this process of being able to say thank you to the lessons, thank you to those parts of yourself that have been hidden, and giving them all the love that they require to be nurtured, right? All of that love, all of that connection to spirit, bringing through the divine love that is available to us at an even more expanded level, will allow it to become part of us, right? As we are coming into that fullness, and the gratitude that we get to hold for this activation in June of our next level life purpose is going to be coming through. The gratitude that we are capable of feeling for the all of it is going to be directly correlated to the experience you have in this month. If you can take the really hard stuff and see it and find something that can raise you to the field of gratitude, it is a field, it is a frequency, and that includes just being grateful for it, giving you contrast, for showing you what you don't actually want, right? When we can raise ourselves up to that field of gratitude where we can live in that place, the possibility that is coming in June is absolutely incredible. Unlike anything we've seen before, you are being prepared over this last few years and this lifetime. So please pay close attention to the messages that are coming through for you in terms of visions, emotions, expressions, synchronicities, and also pay close attention to the triggers. Can't stuff them down anymore. Can't stuff the feelings down. Can't ignore them. We are here to move through them and let things be in even more flow so that we can have a chance to integrate all the light that is coming in. Okay? Being a clear vessel for it is going to support us more than anything else that we can do, right? Being like the tree, opening to that cosmic light and letting it run through us and also sending it into the earth. Good luck. I love you. You've got this. And where we're headed, even though if we look at what's happening in the world, might seem so chaotic and awful, when you tap into the energetics of what is coming in now, it is more beautiful and blissful and love-filled than we've ever had access to before. So don't look to the world for where we're headed. Feel into your heart. play with all of this. And if you can, have some fun with it. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here.